Praise the Lord, guys. So I'm making this video because I just had a dream of the end of times. I woke up like around 4:33. I actually ended up passing out. Wasn't intention, to pass out. But I ended up passing out around I think it was 12 a.m. But I didn't expect to see this. Of course, definitely, right? We think that. Of course, yeah, we know about the end times. We hear about the, end of the world, the end of this age, or the last days. Um, but we have to be really aware. We have to be really serious about this because what I saw wasn't good at all. There's some good, so it's not all bad, but there's also, I guess, just to pretty much explain, not explain, but to inform anybody. And I know I'm looking at, I don't have any where um, pretty much I just don't how do you say, let's just get to the story, or the vision that I had. And of course I believe that I need to tell this to the world, to um, to yeah, to anybody that wants to listen, really. um, so for whatever reason, at the beginning of the dream, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, at this point it's already 5 in the morning, so it's 3 minutes after I woke up. I guess in a way you could say I'm losing the dream, or but I'm just gonna tell y'all what I remember. So for whatever reason, we were preparing. It's like we knew God was coming. We knew, um, I guess you could say the rapture or anything like something like that. Um, we knew He was coming. We knew, people are saying, "Oh, He's coming soon. He's coming soon." I was preparing. It's like we were preparing, and I say we because there was a certain group of us that at the end. So I'm gonna say we, but right now, in the beginning of the story, they're not too visible. But um, for whatever reason, they it's like I knew they were there. If that makes any sense. So say I'm walking, there's people with you, either behind you, around you. They're with you. But so in the dream, it was kind of like that. But it's like it was usually like a first person point of view. But there was other people with you for for whatever reason. So yeah, but is that we're preparing for the coming of Jesus, of God. And there's a lot of things that were going on. There was a lot of hesitation. There was a lot of, like, panicking, I guess you could say. There's a lot of people getting ready to, because like the time was very, very near. So people were preparing. um and then from there, it's like, what happened? Well, it's because it was weird. It's because everything I saw, that I think there's a lot of symbolism. There's not a lot of clarity in what I saw. There's not a lot of how do you say it? There's not a lot of like just straight up, not just straightforwardness. There's a lot of symbolism. Um, but what ended up happening was, somehow I guess we ended up just passing away. We just ended up moving from us preparing, panicking, to us. And I didn't realize this to the very end though. But okay, so I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'll tell you at the very end. So we're preparing. Everybody's preparing. There's some of us that are preparing. God's coming. Jesus coming. And then the world's about to end. And then out of nowhere, it's like you go into a different room. Okay, I think that's what happened. I end up somehow because we're preparing, right? But out of nowhere, you just end up in this room, not this room. You end up opening a door to where it's like a room, but the room is clear. Actually, hold on. Now that it was clear, okay, so you pretty much open a door and you're like in space. I know it sounds crazy, but you're in space and you're looking at the Earth. The Earth you can see from afar, and from there, um, you're looking at it, and then out of nowhere, it just blows up. It blows up, and it looks like when a nuclear bomb blows up. So you see the Earth just blow up like that. But you're from like space. You're seeing it from space, and then out of nowhere, you think stuff's gonna fall on you because it just blew up. But for whatever reason, there's like a shield over you, like a force field, if that makes any sense, like an invisible shield protecting you. And so nothing falls on you. And I mean, of course, and at the end of the day, nothing actually fell on me, I thought it was, but this shield or whatever, this protection, just, it didn't harm me, it didn't do anything. And then soon after seeing the Earth blow up, I thought that was like, oh, well, that's it, it's gone. And then afterwards, I saw the sun being thrown around. I saw the planets being thrown around like baseballs. I had thought about describing it, and I thought it was like marbles, but no, it's marbles. Marbles, when you play marbles compared to baseball, it's a big difference, So I was looking at the sun being thrown around like a baseball in space, and the other planets thrown around like nothing, and they're being destroyed like nothing. So that's when I was just like, what's going on? I wasn't sure. In a way, I kind of knew it was a dream, but in a way, I wasn't really, I didn't say much. I was just like, okay, like what, like cool, I'm protected from all that, Um, and unfortunately, I would like to describe what happened, like when we're preparing, because there's a lot more that happened when we prepared, but the thing that really stuck out to me was then, I think afterwards is kind of what hit me. So we're walking through this, invisible, I guess you could say, in space, in this invisible bridge, you could say, with this force field, watching the planets, watching the universe, you could say, being destroyed. And we get to this end, to this point where it's kind of like a little lobby, like kind of like you can even say like a Cracker Barrel. You know how they have the little gift shop and stuff like that. So say you want to go eat, and then you just come out, and there's like I guess a place for you to just chill. This lobby, and there's these lamps, and for whatever reason, I guess the idea of it, and that's what I'm saying, the symbolism of this is very, I'm always going to remember it, but I realized that there's four of us in the group, and one of them was my sister, and like without thinking, we go up to these, she goes up to these lamps, we all go to these lamps, and it's pretty much like the simplest lamp you could think of. You just pull the string and it turns on. And when she went over there, she was the first one to go over there. She turned it on and it lit on. I turned mine on, and that's the thing though. Is like, I guess I want to just say like, I want to say I saw it flicker a little bit, but at the same time, I'm not 100% sure. I think that was just in my imagination, but when I look back at it, it was on. So, let me see. Excuse me. So there's four lamps. So my sister went already. She's good. Then I went, and I'm good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I went second. I think there was a third person that went, but I had turned mine on. But then I looked at theirs before I looked at mine. So yeah, and then when I looked at theirs turned on. And that's when I looked at mine, and I hesitated a little bit, but even then it was like already on, you know? It's like, why are you even worried about it? It was already on. So I was just like, okay. And I guess I was really focused on the third guy, which he looked like a person that I know. I'm not gonna say any names, but he, a lot of people. I guess he was the third person. He was, I guess you could say he's a controversy. How do you say controversy? Um, People look at him like people look at you. If I'm speaking to anybody, um, but they look at this person like he's a terrible person. He has a bad reputation. Oh, Jesus can't save him. Oh, he's far away from the word. Oh, he might have a certain attitude. Or he might how you say it? A lot of people just look at him like like he's not gonna make it. Like he shouldn't make it. But it was surprising to me because I guess even I made a judgment. Even I kind of thought about I guess certain people like that in the church or that seek God. But what I learned is like if you seek God, God knows your relationship. He knows you know your relationship with God. And don't let and of course any like people just see the outside. People just see the mistakes. They don't see when you repent. They don't see when you ask for forgiveness. They don't see when you're at home or whatever you're reading, you're fasting, you're praying, you're crying, your struggles. They don't see that that it's at the end of the day we're all human in this fleshly body right now, and we struggle. But as many times as you seek God with all your heart, it doesn't matter how many times you're messing up. It doesn't matter if you're screwing up. He knows that you're trying. He knows that you really want to be in his seek him and be in his presence and be eternally with him. He knows that. So don't give up. Don't ever give up. Doesn't matter how many times you mess up. Doesn't matter what the people with your reputation. You know, it's kind of like the main thing that I got from they have a bad reputation. They have things that they did in the past, and people want to hang on to that. Like the person can't change, or the person's not trying. Oh, he's not trying. He's the same. But as many times as they tried, they keep on failing, and it's just like God's like, you know what, he's still under my wing. Um, he's still under my grace. Even though he's messed up. I know he's really looking for me. I know he's really seeing me. It kind of reminds me of David. Even though he messed up, but he was still after God's heart. So that's why it's very hard for us to really, you know, say who's gonna make it to heaven, who's not gonna make it to heaven, or who is gonna be with God eternally, who's not. So it's just kind of. I don't know. I just really, really wanted to say that because I know a lot of people think, oh, I'm straight. Oh, that person's going to hell. Oh, that person's not gonna make it. Oh, like who are we? Who am I? Who, like even in the dream, I was kind of like, like I was looking at theirs. I wasn't like I didn't pay attention to mine. So, but thank God, it's still good, and that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe, okay, and then mine. I guess to talk about mine, what I learned or what I understood from mine was like sometimes we think we have to be 100% perfect. I guess they both go hand in hand. And yes, God seeks, holiness. He wants us to consecrate, to be sanctified, to, to be pure. But it doesn't call for us to be. And I know some people is gonna like argue with this, but it doesn't. Well, no, I don't think they'll argue with this. I think they'll agree as well. But it doesn't mean we're perfect. It doesn't mean that every day You know, like if we mess up, oh, that's the end of it, you know? Or if we didn't pray one night, you know, we're consistent. And this is for me, we're consistent, you know, pretty good amount. We're consistent. We pray every day. I like praying day and night. Though, that's the thing though. I like praying day and night. And sometimes I pass out at night. And it's just like, I feel like God's, you know, like, oh, that's it, you know, God, you know. But one night that you pass out, that's it, you know, game over. No, you know, it's like God doesn't work like that. And especially if you're praying every day, it's like, I don't know. I guess I feel more um closer to God when I pray day and night than when I pray one night. I mean, just one time a day, because it's just like maybe I get drained out by, you know, like a spiritual battles that are going on. I just get drained out, and that's why I gotta pray twice. Everybody knows their prayer life, and you know. Um, but yeah. So a lot of us think that we have to be 100% perfect and stuff. And I'm not saying not to seek holiness. I'm not saying not to be consecrated. I think we should. I think we all should be sanctified and, you know, seek holiness and pureness. But, you know, don't. And I'm not gonna say don't overstress it. Yeah, don't overstress it, but like look for it. God knows your heart. He knows you're trying. He knows you're trying to be obedient and of course be used by Him, and just being ready, you know, for His coming. So it's just like, you know, you don't have to be perfect, man. You mess up once, no, He's not gonna throw you in a lake of fire and hell. Of course, seek to break into, or seek to, you know, read the word, seek to, you know, like seek it. But yeah, guys, and just to finish the video, because it's actually a long video, but no, you know what? I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're really interested in this, you'll stay to the end. But so there's a fourth person, and this is where it gets really, really, really. Like when I woke up after the dream, I feel like throwing up. That's only happened to me once, and that's when I had a vision of my church, my ex-church, of what was going on there. And what ended up happening was that what I saw in the dream is what actually happened 2 3 years later. It actually was what I saw in the dream. So the fourth person went and turned on his lamp, and no light came on. So that's when I was just like, oh wow, you know, like this is well, this sucks, you know. Like, you know, unfortunately you didn't make it, you know. God didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing, you know. But it's just kind of like the person just started talking like right away. They were just like, oh well, you know, like he started making up excuses. He started acting like, you know, he's very nonchalant. He didn't care for his walk. He didn't care for, you know, he wasn't serious about it. He was just like, oh, you know, something that stuck out was he was just like, you know what, I'll just pray, you know, and do this, and God will hear me, and God will rescue me, something like that, similar to that. And in my mind, I'm just like we're at the end of times, you know. This is it. Like, what are you talking about? In my mind, you know. And then that's when I was just like, um, you know, like I didn't really say, well, I didn't say nothing to him really. It's like he was talking to, well, he was talking to us, but he already knew his, you know, destination. But it just seemed like he didn't care. Like he was okay with it. And then he was just saying stuff like, yeah, well, I'll be all right, and I'll be blah blah. And I'm just like, I don't know. It was kind of like, really. And at the same time, there's a part of me that was like, you know what, I feel bad for him. You know, you know, because at the end of the day, that's a lost soul. You know that guy's going somewhere else that, you know, we're not going. But at the same time, I was like, you know what, God, like I don't wanna, like, how do you say it? Like you don't wanna get caught up in the people and loving the people. You know, don't take this the wrong way. Loving the people more than you love God. You know, so you're sacrificing yourself for the people, and you know you're not even having time for God. So don't get caught up in that. And that's kind of what I was just like, because I thought about like, man, poor guy, but I was just like, nope, I mean, not nope, but I was just like, but God, I love you more, so I'm gonna stay here. I don't want, I'm not trying to go all that, that route. So, but yeah, but the way that the attitude of the other person was just very nonchalant. He was still just kind of like, whatever, That was literally the attitude he had. It was just like, whatever. Like, oh, well, I just pray, blah, blah, blah. I'll be alright, blah. And I'm just like, dude, like, this is it. And it was a guy. It was both it was both of them guy. Both of them were guys. The one that didn't make it, and the one that was kind of like, I guess it was kind of like a close call. Not a close call, but it was just kind of like, who people, certain judgments were made about this person, but the person made it. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the dream. Just letting you know what I saw. I guess a certain way, maybe that you are. Maybe you're taking this life very lightly, very easy. We just went through the whole COVID, thing, lockdown, and of course here in Texas we went through the winter storm. There's a lot that I have to update because I stopped making the videos like 2 months ago, but yeah, I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure when I was gonna make a new video, but I think I should upload this one and then start making them like every week or so. I think I said that in the last video. But I appreciate y'all, whoever's watching this, but at the same time, maybe there's nobody watching this. It's fine, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is real. Everything is real, guys. Your soul is real. It's gonna be internally somewhere. If it's heaven or it's hell, if it's with God or if it's not. And it's something serious, guys. We should be very serious about this. It shouldn't be just a whatever. It just shouldn't be like, I'll wait until next month or next week or next year or when preparing at the last minute. We gotta be prepared now. So when it does happen, and that's what I'm saying. It just came out of nowhere. We prepared, but we didn't know, like, it just happened. I just end up walking through this door, and then I'm in space. Clear bridge, clear force field over me. Seeing the worlds blow up, really, right? Or the world and the planets blow up. And then I get to the end of it, to where there's this lobby. You turn on the lamp, right? Of course, the lamp of the virgins, right? It kind of, I remembered it. But yeah, guys, it was there. I woke up feeling sick. And then in the youth, they had just had asked me to talk about this miracle. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what she was talking about. But, give a 5-minute Bible miracle, something like that. So I'm not sure if that adds up to it. Hopefully it can. So I could just let them know exactly what I saw and what exactly went down. But I know it's from God, and but it doesn't mean I should relax. It doesn't mean I should just not do anything. I should still seek Him and really, tell others about it, especially the people that just think it's a game or think they have more time, whatever. You don't have more time. Don't wait till you're at the last minute. You don't even know if you're gonna live today. So please, if you're hearing this, if you're watching this, it's time to give your life to Christ. If not, it's time for you to get right with God. And my phone's about to die. I don't want it to, all this to just go to nothing. So God bless you guys. This is KC with y'all. God bless you guys, and we're good. You can't see me, but God bless you guys, and we're good.